Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. I want to just thank everyone for making it out today for this event. And at this time, I would like to introduce Sheriff Paul Tanaka.
Okay. You know, first, like Sharon said, I want to thank Sharon very much for the introduction. But I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to come out today. You know, having gone through campaigns in the city of Gardena, I understand the challenges that go along with running a campaign. First and foremost, individually, you put your name on a ballot and you subject yourself to all the scrutiny that comes with running for elected office. And that's really actually the easy part. Most difficult part, or one of the most difficult parts about running a campaign, is the things that you have to ask your friends, your family, your colleagues, your fellow churchgoers, your neighbors, your friends, your constituents, all of these folks, and then some, what you have to ask them to do in the way of what it's going to take for us to be successful. Those of you who are here who have run for office and been successful or not, you understand all of the challenges that go in with running a campaign. Now, if you think about Gardena, beautiful town, 5 square miles, 60,000 people. LA County, 4,000 square miles, 10 million people. Okay? So you guys all got to get new tennis shoes. And maybe several pairs. Because we're going to be knocking on a lot of doors. And our goal is to get a lot of votes. And our goal is to do this right and to be very successful with this campaign. One of the most difficult things about running a campaign is having to ask people for money. Now, whether it's yourself or whether it's people you know, the challenge that I put out is if you can write a check for $100, if you can write a check for $25, some people are capable of writing the max of $1,500. Whatever that is, all of it's going to go towards our goal of raising in excess of $2 million for this campaign. And we have to do it in very short order. I would also ask that if you know one other person, whatever you give, whether it's $25 or $1,500, if you know even one other person on earth that would match that for you or with you, and send that in. So, right, if you get $1,000, now you have $2,000, and all of this adds up. Be surprised. For those of you who have run campaigns, you know that. It's not easy. It's like when you trying to save money on your own, right, and put money in the bank, and you get that first paycheck when you're a kid, and when you hit that $1,000 mark, it was a milestone. And it's the same thing here. We're just chipping away until we get where we need to be. And why we need to be there is so that we can get our message out. See, the thing about a campaign like this, when you take on a challenger, everybody wants to give you advice. Mostly their advice is, don't do it. You can't do it. It's impossible. You're running against a long-time incumbent, and there's no way that you're going to be successful. Well, people said Obama couldn't get elected either. Okay? And they said he couldn't do it twice. All right? So there's a way. Through hard work, through commitment, okay? This is a small gathering. It's not a small gathering. This is a nice gathering. Okay? How many of these do you think he did when he went around the country? Okay? And it's the same thing what we're going to do. It's like I had a gathering on Tuesday night. There were probably about 150 people there. And it was great. And the challenge that I gave to people, okay, I think almost all of you here are Gardena residents. There's some that live in Sheriff's area, okay? Whether you're in Gardena or Torrance, whether you're in Inglewood, or whether you're in El Segundo, everybody, even with their own police department, they rely on the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to be the glue of public safety because of the sheer size of the organization. We have almost 10,000 deputy sheriffs, almost 18,000 employees, okay? That's more than all the other small agencies combined. When the big one happens, a big earthquake, a civil unrest, a terrorist attack, ultimately the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is the organization that is responsible for coordinating the efforts of and providing assistance to the smaller agencies should one of these occurrences take place in their neighborhood. So it's vital. As vital as I talk to LA County Chiefs of Police, that we have a good sheriff who understands that the sheriff and the police chief are equal. We just happen to have a bigger team. And therefore, much like the United States in their role in the world, if you're considered to be a superpower either in size or technology or resources, that just means you have a greater obligation to be of assistance to those who need help. And that's where the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department needs to get back to. I could say a lot more, but I will just say this. There's three things that I see. First and foremost, if you follow anything in the press, okay, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is a storied and proud institution of 163 years. I was a member of that organization for 31 years and very happy. I had one of the greatest careers that anybody could ever ask for. I was blessed. Gone through some difficult times. You know, there's reports of mismanagement, there's reports of all kinds of stuff that's creating a lot of embarrassment to the organization. We need to restore the trust and the credibility, not only for the people that we serve, but to the police chiefs and to the other sheriffs throughout the state of California. We have that obligation. When you're the leader, you have an obligation to act like it. So, first and foremost, is we need to have a leader. We need to have a new direction. We need to have a leader that communicates with the members of the organization and the members of the public in a manner that people can understand, that it's clear, and that it's consistent. That's all anybody asks for out of their leader. They don't want equivocation. They don't want someone who gives one order one day and another order another. They want someone who's going to just tell them exactly what to do and what needs to be done in the right way. Second, we've certainly had a lapse in our hiring practices. We need to make sure that we go back. As hard as it is, and as small as that pool becomes, we can only hire the best of what society has to offer and nothing less. You cannot be a deputy sheriff with a questionable background. You have to have lived your life with the highest character and conduct in order to become a deputy. Because once you get the badge and the gun, there's too many temptations that can cause you to go the wrong way and do the wrong thing. And we want people who have a proven history of never having been there to at least be able to resist that temptation. So bringing up the hiring standards is also important. And finally, we've got to get to where society expects their cops to be. And that is where people hold themselves accountable. I used to talk to young deputies and they say, it's not fair. You know, a professional ball player can go out and do all kinds of cockamamie things, make the front page of the paper, and tomorrow they get to go back and do their thing and collect their millions of dollars. And an actor can get into all kinds of trouble and go get drunk driving, go to drug rehab, and guess what? They got a movie gig. Okay? I said, you know what? You didn't choose that profession. You chose this one. This one, society expects you to be perfect. And if you don't like it, you can leave. That's just the way that you chose a job where societal expectations are the very highest for any occupation on earth. And you have to conduct yourself at all times in that manner. And you have to have an accountability system and disciplinary system that, when it's enforced, it's done fairly and it's done consistently. It's not, I'll discipline you because I don't know you or don't like you and you get a pass because I know you or I'm related to you. Okay? There's a whole lot going on that needs to be fixed, but to me that's the very simplest explanation for where we are right now and where we need to be. It isn't going to take a lot. It isn't going to take a lot. It's just going to take a change at the top, and it's going to change the direction that we're going in. Now, what's it going to take? Okay, again, I started with, very simply, the funds. I'm retired, so I understand what it's like to be on a fixed income, too. It's not easy. But, hey, you never know. You may have a rich uncle, or family members, or neighbors, or people in church. Again, $25, $50. You know the great thing about people when they contribute? They feel like they're engaged. Even if they write a $5 check. Now they're invested in you, in us, in this campaign. And what I told the young deputies recently, I said, you know, if this doesn't work out on June 3rd, you know what I get to do on June 4th? I get to go back to being retired. And I, during that very brief period of time that I was retired, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it tremendously, so much so that this was a very difficult decision to make, to embark upon this campaign and this endeavor. What I told them was, and the same thing that I'm going to say to you, as people who are impacted by what the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, what type of services we provide, the quality, is this impacts you. This impacts the people that you know that work for the Sheriff's Department. Because if we don't change things on June 3rd, on June 4th, they're stuck with it. Or like someone said, I'm retiring. And I hate to hear that. I have friends in the department that have 30, 35 years. And they're only working because they still love what they do. And they love the people that they work with. But they're at the point where they said they don't enjoy going to work anymore. It's painful to hear. After 30 or 35 years, you really should love that job or you shouldn't be there. And I'd hate for these folks to go. So we're gonna work together to try to make this happen. Volunteers. Some of you guys here have worked on my campaign. Actually, mostly everybody. You know the kind of support that we've had. That last Rio campaign we ran in 2005, this little town, we had 350 volunteers. Okay, it was like the plague. It was like locusts descended upon Gardena every Saturday from 9 to 2 wearing red T-shirts. I mean, it was really a beautiful sight. It was overwhelming. And we took out an incumbent because, by 62 to 38%, because of the pedal power, right? The troops on the ground. And that's what we're going to need. Our goal this time around is to have 5,000 volunteers minimum. And we're well on our way. We're well on our way to getting there. My guess is we'll probably have half that come from the department, from people who are not happy with the way things are going, and people who are going to have the courage to show their face. And then they have spouses, and they have friends, and they have relatives, and they have neighbors, and they go to churches where people want to get involved. And who knows, we could have 10,000. Our goal is to go on, knock on every single door and to convince every single voter about why they need to make this change. And again, I'm confident raising the money. I'm confident with this, the ground forces and volunteer forces that we're going to have. And I'm confident with the message that we bring, that on June 3rd, this is going to be a very successful endeavor. So again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I've explained to the people on the department, and for those of you who are here on the department, when they say, I'm behind you all the way, Paul, I support you, I'll do anything I can to get you elected. I say, you know what, that's very flattering, I appreciate it. But you're not supporting me, okay? Whatever effort you're putting in is not to get me elected to be sheriff. We're asking for a change in the leadership. We're asking for a change in the way the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department does business. You are actually supporting the cause. And that's what this campaign is about good government, about good police work, about restoring trust and credibility to one of the greatest law enforcement entities in the world. And that's what you're supporting. And as I tell people, whatever money you put in, that's what you're investing in. You're not investing in me, you're investing in good government. You're investing in good public safety. Okay? So if you can spread the word, and as Joanne, who has been with me since '99 on every single campaign, every single Saturday, missed one Saturday in 5 campaigns, had a little tiny reason why, has already indicated she's going to walk every day when we start walking. And I suppose that she won't be the only one. And so I appreciate the help that all of you will be providing in the weeks and the months to come. And again, on June 3rd, I'm looking for something very special to happen. That thing that they say can't be done. Now, we have sign-up sheets. You know, we're going to do a walk here in Torrance, I guess, October 5th. And it's look, I'm not the campaign guru, okay? All I have to do is deliver the message. But the campaign people are the geniuses. Ed here is now in charge of our day-to-day efforts. So we are very fortunate to have this bright, young, energetic young man. And I think there's something planned in the way of doing some kind of an informal walk and polling or surveying of some sort to kind of get a gauge of where we are at this point. One thing that we've learned with all the, with all the attacks that have come my way during the course of the past 2 years, what's really been nice, first and foremost, that's all they are. They've just been attacks, okay? And if any of you have been in politics, you understand what that's like. They'll blame you for just waking up on the wrong side of the bed, okay? That's just the way it works. I've learned to take that. It's okay. Ron understands that. Mina understands that, right? Art understands that. When you put your name on a ballot, that's what, in anticipation of this day coming, and many people were thinking this day might come, and their worst nightmares came true, they've launched these series of political attacks designed to try to weaken the candidacy long before it ever happened. The good news, when we've gone around the county, for a person who supposedly doesn't have any name recognition, I got a lot of name recognition. It's funny because they don't remember why they heard your name, but they heard your name. So we're off to a wonderful start. Now we're just going to help them clarify who the real Paul Tanaka is with your help. So I just want to make sure that you're also very aware that this is not going to be an exercise in futility. I'm telling you guys right now, this is really the first true gathering outside of Cherry Stones. And I'm telling you right now, we can mark this date. And I don't want to give myself that proverbial Japanese bachi, right, by talking nonsense. But we are going to be successful on June 3rd. We have a winning game plan. We literally have the winning game book. We just need to execute, right? Just like Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of teams have the winning playbook, but they don't execute. That's all we need to do. If we execute the way that I know that everybody is capable of, we'll be fine. Okay. So again, before the day's over, if you would sign up, we need all the help. I think there's going to be a walk down in Torrance. We're going to go door to door. We're going to do something. They'll have it all planned out, and make sure you provide your email information, and the more the merrier. This is important. This is important. You know, everybody talks about the president and the governor, and you know what? What the president does affects us so little. What the governor does affects us a little less. What the city council does affects us a lot. What local government does, like Tip O'Neill says, it's all politics is local. This is where stuff gets done, and this is what impacts the people on their day-to-day lives. That is why this race, to me, is one of the most important races that we're going to have had in a long, long time. So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you in advance thank you for your past support. Thank you for what you're going to be doing. I really have to give you a big thank you because you guys are going to be doing a lot, along with the tens of thousands of others. And I just want to thank Charlotte, and I know Chris isn't here, and Tasha, another one that understands what it's like to put yourself out there. But Charlotte and Chris, they're always opening up their home. I think we're going to have to, pretty soon we're going to have to declare this like a public park because there are so many gatherings here, and then we'll just let the lynches stay here during the night. But we really want to thank you very much for always so graciously opening up your home. And again, to all of you, thank you very much, and we'll be seeing much more of you in the weeks and months to come. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sharon, and I am going to vote for Paul Tanaka for sheriff. I've known Paul for over 22 years. I know his integrity, I know his professionalism, and I know him personally. I think he would do an excellent job. As a matter of fact, I know he would do an excellent job as sheriff of LA County Sheriff Department.
Hi, my name is Brenda Jackson, and I am voting for Paul Tanaka because I live in Gardena, and he happens to be the mayor here in Gardena, and he's made so many wonderful changes as mayor. He's a man of his word. He made positive changes. Actually, our city is in the black. When he came aboard as our mayor, the company was in financial problems, and now we're out of the financial problems. There were so many improvements. Even if you drive by and you see our main streets like Artesia, Redondo Beach Boulevard, you can see all the great developments that are going on as well. And I know that definitely the Sheriff's Department needs a change, and he's the man that's going to do it. He's a man of his word. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle. I live in the city of Gardena. I've been living in the city of Gardena for some time, and I believe that Paul Tanaka will be the best man for the job. He's done a lot for our city, and he's gotten us out of debt. So please, on June 3rd, vote for Paul Tanaka.
Hi, my name is Tasha Serta, and I am Gardena City Councilwoman for the City of Gardena. And I am supporting Mayor Paul Tanaka for sheriff because he's the right man for the job. I've known Paul for many, many years. I know he's an honest person with integrity, and I've worked under his leadership for many years. So I trust what he's doing. I know that he is the right man for the job. Not only am I voting for him, but I'm telling all my friends and family to please support Paul Tanaka for the sheriff's position. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Terry Kennedy. I have lived in Gardena for 40 years. I support Paul Tanaka for sheriff. He's been mayor of Gardena for at least 10 years now, and he brought our city back from the edge of bankruptcy. We have a fiscally sound city right now, and I trust that he would do an equally good job as sheriff of Los Angeles County.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Horn. I'm a 40-year resident of Gardena, and I'm supporting Mayor Tanaka for sheriff. I think the current sheriff department needs a little bit of a change. And I think the Mayor Tanaka has done a wonderful job for the city of Gardena as mayor, and I think he'll take that experience with him to the sheriff's department. And we'd like to make sure that you get your vote in for him when the time comes. We'd appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Jane Hall. I've lived in the city of Gardena since 1991. It's one of the finest little cities. I never knew when I moved here that I was going to love the city so much. And I have actually worked on behalf of Mayor Tanaka when he was running for city council the second time and for the other two things. And I'm a believer in him because he's a very honest, hard-working man, and he's a man that is details, and I love detailed people, and he knows how to work with people. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Lynch. I'm hosting the meet and greet today for Mayor Paul Tanaka, who is about. We're hoping and we're pulling for Sheriff Tanaka as Sheriff Tanaka. What can I say about Paul? What has he done for our city? He has brought our city back together, and what we're looking at now is public safety, and certainly he is tops for LA Sheriff Department. People don't understand that the Sheriff's Department has a lot to do with all the other little cities around here. Our police departments depend on the Sheriff's Department. So please get out and vote. Please get out and support. Please get out the word that Mayor Paul Tanaka is the one for LA County Sheriff.